Away the lads. Welcome to a new show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay!
We are live here on NUFC Talk TV, Talk of the Toon Worldwide show with your folks from different countries in around the globe, bringing you their insight, their perspective on all things Newcastle United. And well, as you know, Man City just got eliminated. Arsenal just got eliminated. It certainly affect us in a wrong way, I guess you can say, when it comes to us, our chances to qualify for uh, the chances for Europe. Now it's not. Now we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. I don't think it's 8 anymore, or 7 maybe. So we're gonna get into that. Things that we're gonna chat about today. You see in the title, of course, Amanda Staveley. We're gonna talk about her and Jamie Reuben. Have they resigned? What did they resign about? We're going to talk about that because there's a lot of things going on right now all over social media. By the way, an owner just don't resign. That doesn't work like that. We're going to talk about what she and Jamie resigned of, but she still owns the team or whatever percentage she's got. Very low percentage, but still an owner nonetheless. So somebody's got to buy that for her not to be an owner anymore. But we're gonna get to that. Uh, Journalist Ali McCoist, somebody that actually a lot of people like in the tune on the tune side because he's pretty good narrator or broadcaster when he comes to Newcastle United games. He is begging Harvey Barnes to switch to the dark side and go play for Scotland. We're gonna have his clip of that as well. Simon Jordan backs Eddie Howe, by the way, amidst all the struggles this season. We're gonna get to see or hear what the controversial journalist has had to say, um, as well as maybe a little bit of the table. Can we catch Tottenham? That's probably
Yeah.
that's a, well. Hold on, man. I'm introducing the show. I'm introducing the show. Um, maybe that's probably a whole show we can do on that, but we'll get to talk about that hopefully. And yeah, so we're going to talk about that. First of all, thank you to Antagonizing Jordy for upgrading his membership. I appreciate you. Now he's an ultimate member. Thank you, Antagonizing Jordy. I appreciate your support, always supporting the channel. We got 37 people live right now, and it's only 3 minutes. So smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and that way we can get more Newcastle United fans on here on NUFC Talk TV. We got, of course, Derek the Mighty Win. We got Roy from Qatar driving. You see his hand. That's his hand. There you go. You got Steve from Rock the Tune. You also got the one and only Dom from Malaysia live, and from we got representation from all over the globe right now. Maybe we don't have Africa yet. We thought Steve was South Africa, so we're gonna have to switch that. No, that's the Mighty Wins due diligence. No, but we hopefully we can get somebody from Africa to represent as well. But we're still working our way. This is Talk of the Toon Worldwide. We're going to talk about the latest news of Newcastle United. And let's start with, oh, by the way, smash the likes, become a member if you want. You can participate in membership giveaways as well as exclusive content. So please help us out. Become a member. You can become a member for less than £1. So it's not that much, and you help support the channel. And super chats are much appreciated, by the way, on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. Hit the $ and help us out. Now, let's get started with this. You guys, especially Mighty Wayne, we've talked before, and Roy, you guys were talking about it before the show. How does Arsenal and Man City getting eliminated from the cup not benefit? I mean, obviously, it's not good for the whole league if other teams want to qualify for European football. But essentially, how many spots right now at this moment qualify you for Europe?
Right. At the minute, we've got 4 Champions Leagues. This is for next season. We've got 4 Champions League spots, 2 UEFA Cup spots, and 1 Conference League spot. However, if Aston Villa win the Conference League, they automatically qualify for the Europa League. And so we get an extra place in the Europa League because if Aston Villa finish 4th, then they go into the Champions League and forego their Europa Cup place, which is then replaced by the next highest English club. So if Aston Villa win the Conference League, we'll get 3 places in the Europa League. The only way we can get an extra Champions League spot, which in turn would replace the extra Europa Cup spot, is if Liverpool win the Europa League, because that then automatically qualifies them for the Champions League, which they are already in by virtue of their league position. But they are 3-0 down at the minute, so it's not looking likely. But Atlanta aren't a great team, even though they played really well at Anfield last week. So I don't think that 3-0 deficit is absolutely unbreachable. There's a very, very small possibility that Liverpool could still win the Europa Cup. The worst case scenario is if West Ham happen to overcome their deficit against the unbeaten this season Bayer Leverkusen, and they go on to win the Europa Cup, in which case they qualify automatically for the Champions League. So we will get 5 in there, but one of them will be West Ham, who I don't think will have at that stage qualified for anything, because I think they're going to drop out of the top 7.
Well, it's
so
certainly.
The likelihood now is that we'll have 4 in the Champions League, who will be the top 4 clubs in the Premiership, 2 in the Europa League, who are the teams that finish 5th and 6th, and 1 in the Conference. Now, that is unless Man United win the FA Cup, because the FA Cup winners automatically qualify for the Euro. So if Man U win the FA Cup, will then get an extra place in the Europa League, because they have already qualified for the Europa League if they finish 6th or 7th, 5th or 6th. That would mean the Conference League would go down to 8th.
All right. Well,
mud, I think you might say.
Yeah, I don't know why your mic's cutting in now. I don't know what's. Make sure you got it selected. Well,
My mic.
Yeah. But anyways, we still got a lot of chances, of course, to qualify for European football. I guess a good debate would be, can we catch Tottenham? But before that, what do you guys think about the possibilities of European football? I mean, Roy, what do you think, mate?
Well, it's still in our hands. If you want to go to Europe and guarantee your spot, you have to finish 6th. But 7th now could be 50-50. So, well, think if Villa win, they go to Champions League. If they if Villa win, they will go to Europa League. So they'll take a spot. So I don't know. Would we get 3 Europa League spots?
Yeah.
There.
Yeah. If Villa win,
so that's
the Conference.
So we get. Yeah. So that means
we'll remain in the top 4.
So, yeah. So that means we will get. So you finish 8th, you go to Conference League.
Yeah.
I don't mind. Come on, Villa.
Yeah,
absolutely. Come on, Villa.
Yeah, come on, Villa. So I think that's more important. The disaster would be is West Ham finishing below us but winning the Europa League. That'll be the disaster.
Yeah.
They'll take the spot and we drop 1 down. But what happens if West Ham wins the Champions League? If they win the Europa League, they go to the Champions League. Does that mean
they take a fifth place in the Champions League?
Okay, so
and then we still get our 2 in the Europa League.
So 6, 7,
and then the 8th gets the Conference.
So okay, happy days. Yeah, no, it's not going to affect us much. So we still
need not this season, but what it will do overall is that now Germany, that they're miles behind at the minute on the 4-year spread,
right?
But it's inching them closer to us in the overall situation, which currently gives us 4-2-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's. I mean, you honestly, Real Madrid It's a different team, man. I'm telling you.
No, Real Madrid are
No,
lucky bastards.
no,
That's
they're
all that's
not
happened
lucky
today.
bastards. No, they're not because you can't win everything on luck. Every
No,
time
no, it was
you can't
it
beat
was
them.
luck.
You
Today
can't beat
was
them.
unbelievable, man.
I watched the game, did a live TikTok, and I thought Real Madrid were very lucky. It's just that their defence was so tight, Man City just couldn't get in there.
But their defense was so they had good defense. That's part of the game, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it.
No.
Man City could have scored against them, but Real Madrid just couldn't get it in a second goal. But Man City attacked like hell. Same again, Real Madrid tight.
Yeah.
But Man City threw it away with undecisive striking, basically.
And I tell you what,
scored.
I tell you what, though. I mean, we don't say anything when they go in, but Bernardo Silva, man, you can't do that. Can't do that. And I know that people are gonna say, well, what if he, nobody said anything when Zinedine Zidane did it, which he almost went out, by the way, against Italy in the final. But listen, man, go for the sure thing. I tell you what, if it happened with Newcastle United, somebody is doing that, I'm gonna be a pissed off motherfucker. I tell you that. It's late at night in the UK. I can say that. I will be really pissed. Now, granted, before that, Modric, I mean, he didn't do the same thing, but it was a pretty soft penalty for a veteran like Modric. So, but I mean, obviously, that's subject for a different debate. But we're still very much alive. We lose. I guess our margin gets smaller. But let me ask Dom. Dom, do you think our European possibilities are still very much alive?
Like most Toon fans, I think it's well within our hands. I think Europe of any kind is possible. I personally don't want Champions League. I think we're not ready for it yet. I prefer an easier version of Europe for us to get,
right,
to get warmed up. I mean, I don't know because I still don't think we have the depth. I thought we had the depth this season, but injuries just killed us. I've said it before. Towards the end of last season, I told lads in Malaysia that I didn't want Champions League, and I was arguing with them because they said Champions League yes. I said Champions League no, because it's we don't have the depth. And this season I was proved right because injuries just killed us. So I think we're not entirely ready yet. But we would like some sort of Europe, and I think it's possible. But I just want to finish above Man United. That is my season's goal, to finish above Man United.
Hi, Gary.
That's never happened in my lifetime.
Yeah, well, we've never done it yet. Not in
Yeah.
All right. It was unlucky last season, weren't we? Very unlucky that we didn't.
Well,
yeah, a few times.
Yeah. Everything went again. Even I believe, Warren, when we did an interview, he told a lot of the former players went to the stadium. He's like, we should have never went, just for luck. Like, we should have never went because we lost it in the 90s and it probably wasn't good luck. But at that point, you're looking at every single thing that could have went right and it didn't. This Man U team was the last one was a beatable team, but I mean, I don't know, man. At this point, we just got to look forward, and whatever happens, happens. I told you guys I'll shake my head on the live show if we make European football, which with tonight's double losses by Arsenal and City, who, by the way, Arteta, is not looking good. It's not looking good. 5-6 years. 5-6 years. It's a butler. 5-6 years, you got to win something. You got to win something, man. With that, they've had no. It's not like us that we're just kind of waking up. They've had a project already, and if it doesn't work out, you're gonna have another Arsene Wenger in your hands, a great manager, but not a winner. I mean, we won FA Cups, so that's more than we can say. I mean, I'll give him.
He's won the league with them a few times. Well, 3 times.
Yeah, and the two by once or twice, not that many.
Arsene Wenger earned the money.
Yeah, which that's what he was paid to do, though. At the end of the day, you got to make money. But anyways,
To be fair to him, though, his football was the best to watch.
Yeah.
For 15 years, I thought, I wish Newcastle played like this.
Right.
Well, every player he bought, he made money off. He paid a couple of million for a player.
That's why the Gronkies got there. When the Gronkies got there, man, they was like, this is what we're gonna make money, and essentially they did. They made a lot of money. Got a brand new stadium, made a lot of money, and that's what their focus was, at the time, and I'm sure it kind of still is. Listen, the Gronkies are not. They own many sports teams, and essentially can't blame them, but they look for money, and that's what it is. That's their championship. Not anything other than that. Let's get back to the Toon, of course, and talk about what's been going on with Amanda Staveley, Jamie Reuben. The MAG reports that they resign as Newcastle United directors, company's house. Now, people on social media, you guys need to read the people that are overreacting. Read what has been actually put out there, and don't overreact. Somebody was saying that, and even YouTubers, man. Listen, we're a few of those, but come on, man. I understand that just for making the content, I get it, but they're talking about Amanda Staveley is not an owner anymore. Like, come on, man. You guys have to understand how this works. If you own something, you just don't resign from it. You have to sell it in order for you not to own it anymore. Now, in this particular case, it has nothing to do with ownership, really. Mighty Win, would you like to explain? You're a proper diplomat of the Toon, so would you mind explaining?
Well, so somebody's kind of beat me to it in the chat.
Well, go on.
The way Newcastle is set up, the structure of ownership. Well, what I'm saying is the structure of ownership is that there's a company called Newcastle United Limited, and there's a company called Newcastle United Football Club Limited, and Amanda Staveley and Jamie Reuben are directors of one of them, which is just a shell company, and they have now resigned as directors of that. But that's got nothing to do with Newcastle United Football Club.
Right.
Which they were never directors of anyway. It was a vehicle that was used to set up the takeover. And what's happened now is that they've resigned as directors of the shell company. And this also goes hand in hand, I believe, with the share transfer that happened last week for 37 million, which just happens to be the amount of money that we are allegedly exceeding FFP regulations by. So all of the club have made the statement saying their rules within the club are staying exactly the same. It's a financial housekeeping exercise which transfers £37 million into Newcastle United Football Club Limited. And that will square the books on the FFP overspend, which was widely reported again last week. So it's just financial housekeeping. The club have made a statement today, yesterday actually, saying that their roles within the club remain exactly the same. And Amanda is as committed as she ever has been into turning around the fortunes of the club. The only other difference is that Darren Eales has been officially made he was CEO, but without any directorship. He is now a director, as well as being CEO of Newcastle United Football Club Limited. It's just financial housekeeping, nothing more. Nothing to worry about at all.
So we don't have to sell anyone now?
No. The other thing was, so I've heard as well, she's actually reduced her ownership to 6%.
Yeah.
But I
She's
don't-
been.
but-
Well, the
yeah, but I
thing
don't think
is,
what's a reduction in.
in order for her to buy her original stakeholding, a total separate company that she owns
Yeah,
was loaned the amount of money she needed to get her share of her percentage of the shares by the Reubens. So her company didn't actually put anything in at all, other than the money that she borrowed from the Reubens. And what they've been doing over a period of time now is repaying that money. Fortunately, the share price has gone up, and now enables her to repay the loan that she got from the Reubens.
And she's gonna make a lot of money on that one.
She would have doubled the loan. So she
More than
took
likely.
30 or 38, which is like 10% of the club, and she will sell it for almost close to 75 to 80.
Well,
So-
what it means now, Roy, is that she's now got £30 million worth of shares
Yeah,
that
without
she,
paying a penny.
without paying a penny, exactly.
Yeah.
Now
So
she
she's-
she is essentially
And that was her fee for doing the deal, if you like.
now she
Yeah.
is essentially she's like the executive of PCP Capital Partners, right? So
Yeah.
and they own about 6% of the company. Now that's the minority.
5.7
That's
exactly.
But so yeah, okay. So PIF owns 80, right? The
Yeah.
most, and then the rest goes to
14.3.
RB Sports and
Reuben.
Reuben. So okay, so you know she was essential to make the takeover happen. Basically, she was a mediator,
Correct.
and so. Do you guys think that that was her job and that was what she wanted to do? Now she's very much involved in the women's team and in the women's football of Newcastle. But do you guys think that she believes that her job is maybe just over as far as
No.
Newcastle as a whole?
No.
I don't
She
think
fell
so
in love
at
with
all.
Newcastle the minute she walked into that ground and watched the game. Right? She fell in love with Newcastle, and she said, "This is the team that Saudis need to buy." Because originally she was looking at the club for someone else, but then the Saudi they weren't interested. But she loved Newcastle. She had that and that's why she got the Reuben brothers in, and to try and help and to get this deal. And the Saudis came along and went, "We want to buy the club.
Right.
We want you to make it happen."
But you guys don't think that you think she'll continue to be an owner and not because I mean if she's lowering her stakes, it can be obviously to make money that we were talking about to get some of that profit.
No, it's not to make money. It's in order to repay the money that the Reuben brothers lent her.
Yeah, but they lent her money they lent her money now. Her 5% that she paid with 30 million or whatever the amount is, that 5% is worth a lot more than that, right?
No, that was she bought 10% for 33 million.
And then she sold 5%.
She had 10%. The Reuben brothers had 10%.
Yeah, but
and
there's no way you can tell me that. There's no way you can tell me that 10% is worth the same as it was then when she got the club. There's no way in hell.
Which is why, as the share price rises, she transfers her shares to the Reubens until such time as she's completely repaid the debt.
Right, and essentially, again, the thing what's going on is that itself. A lot of people are saying that I'm just saying. I mean, listen. I mean, I don't. With all due respect, I think she's been really influential. I think that the whole ownership is amazing. What they're doing, take over all that. But I'm not going to cry if they leave or if Staveley goes. I'm not. I got kids to worry about other than people, rich people problems. So what I'm trying to say is that there are people out there, obviously, talking about she leaving and she's going to leave the club. She's going to sell her percentage. That's what they were thinking about it now. when it's not nothing to do with that really. This is something other than her shares with the club.
Yeah, Chris, when you see how emotional she was seeing the women's team win the championship on Sunday, yeah, and getting through now to go up to the championship, you could see how emotional she was about it, because at the end of the day, she loves the club, the women's team, the men's team. She won't be leaving for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, that's
you
fine.
know when I think she might go? Let's say the club's worth about 700 now, so it's almost doubled. Let's say it goes 1.4 billion. Her shares were quadrupled, so she might go and sell 1 or 2% of the shares and make money. Because now basically she's got 5.7 shares that she paid 0 for. You can say as a gift, or that's her commission for the job. She's probably still getting paid monthly by the club.
A facilitation fee, you might call it.
Yeah. And actually, I saw the interview with Ramayan, who's our chairman. He said, I prefer having partners there. I want to have partners who are putting money in.
Of course.
Because basically...
But they don't want to lose control, obviously.
No. He's the boss. But he only paid 80% of the 300. Well, I don't know how much exactly the club was sold for, but 80%. So they paid 240. The other 60 million was paid by Reuben's. Well, Reuben's paid the whole thing, and half of that was to cover Amanda. And now she sold that half to Reuben's. And she's made her 5% from nothing, which is good. We got rid of Ashley. It's a good setup. It's a good setup.
It's very smart. By the way, why are you calling Christian Baceras a Macam, man? He's got an opinion. He maybe doesn't like Eddie Howe. Doesn't mean he's a Macam. You know, and so
I think Howe will spend £240 million on Solanke, Calvin Phillips, Gibbs White, Philip Billing, and Branthwaite.
Have we not been linked to most? Have we not been linked to most of those? That's just the bottom line, mate.
I want Cisco. I want Cisco.
Yeah, we almost got Calvin Phillips. If it wasn't for Man City being greedy, we would have gotten him. I mean, that would have been probably one of the worst signings. You know, well, you never know. To be honest, he could.
Exactly. You never know, because I still think there's a player in Calvin Phillips. By the way,
you never know.
All
right. Well, I'm glad we clarified the Amanda Staveley and Jamie Reuben's resigning situation there. I mean,
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not fucking leaving.
They're not going anywhere, mate. They're not going anywhere at all. All right. So, Ali McCoist. A lot of people. You guys like Ali?
Yeah, he's a Rangers legend, man.
Yeah, he's excellent.
So a lot of people, of course, like him because of the commentary that he does. Essentially, you know, with when he narrates Newcastle. Listen, and in the UK, I don't know if we get the same narrators because I don't see the same problem that you guys see every time. That apparently the broadcasters are biased against Newcastle and all that. The US commentary is not really like that. I mean, or at least I'm not paying attention to what they're saying. I'm watching the damn game, but. You guys complain a lot of that. Well, Ali McCoist gets a lot of praise for not doing that, being fair or whatever.
Correct.
He said that, but he's Scottish, I believe, right? Is he from Scotland?
Yeah.
I'm sure he is. Yeah, he's got a different accent that I can tell. But he's begging Harvey Barnes to go out there and play for Scotland. He told him he'll be a hero. If he goes,
because he's a Scottish patriot, so he wants the best for Scotland.
Well, I know, but so the segment's over, ladies and gentlemen.
With the best will in the world, I can't say Harvey Barnes getting the game for England.
Harvey Barnes.
That's my question to bring up the debate.
I rate Harvey Barnes, but he's not good enough to play for England.
Yeah,
he's not good enough to play for England.
I hope
no, he's not.
Good enough.
Yeah. Are you really saying that he's not good enough to play for England?
Man, he's not good enough to even start over Gordon.
What? No. I don't agree with that at all.
Should I start giving you names who play on the left wing for England?
You think Barnes is better than Gordon?
Do I think what?
Barnes is better than
Do
Gordon.
you think
I would
better
put-
than Gordon?
well, first of all, we haven't had a chance to actually see him. He hasn't played as many games as Gordon, by the way. And
I know, but he's not
So-
better
Well,
than
so
Gordon.
plenty.
So,
We're showing for
he's
plenty.
come
You know,
since his comeback from injury. He's won Newcastle games. He's by himself. Screw the team, he said. He's the one player in Newcastle United, the team, the squad, that can say, screw the gameplay, the game plan, screw whatever the hell Eddie's saying, give me the damn ball, and I'm going to win this game. He's done that multiple times. Now, he's got to stay healthy. He's
was
gonna
only
stay
well,
healthy.
I don't know what I
That was
don't
only
know
West
what
Ham.
games you're watching.
Are you
Yeah, it
kidding
was
me?
only
He
West Ham.
came on and made a difference against West Ham.
Did he not tie the game against Luton? Against Luton that we couldn't beat in St. James's Park.
Longstaff scored 2 against Luton.
No. But come on, man. Are
Yeah.
you?
No, but the difference, mate. The difference
Richie-
is he needs to play against Italy, Germany, Spain, France, big boys. They'll eat him alive. And the only one I think we've got who can handle those bastards is probably Gordon. And Gordon's got Grealish. He's got Rashford. Who else is there on the left? There's loads of them.
Well, I'm
On
not
the right
saying
side's
that.
even worse.
Well, the fact that you're judging this cat and he's not even 24 yet, Harvey Barnes. Let me look it up. Let me see how old.
I
he
mean,
is.
I want him to, but if he wants to play football,
But you're saying he's not going to get. He's 26. 26. He's not
Wow.
going to play for England whatsoever. Are you kidding me?
Not a
How-
chance.
if that was him, I'll pick Scotland.
Yeah,
I would
so would I.
absolutely pick Scotland. Real Madrid's got this lad who's a Spanish Moroccan, and he picked Morocco because he knows he will never get a chance with Spain, and he went for Morocco. There's an Iranian guy, Ashkan. He played for Germany under 21, and he won
Well,
Europe with
let's
them.
let's
He went
let's
and
listen.
swapped.
Let's listen to what Alan McCoist had to say. The whole entire segment. Let's listen to him.
Newcastle winger Harvey Barnes scored a couple of times at the weekend, of course, brilliant goals as well. He's yet to receive an England cap. He has a Scottish granny ahead of the Euros, Ali. 3 reasons why Barnes should choose Scotland over England.
Right. First reason is he'll start. Right. I can categorically tell you, Harvey, without phoning Stevie Clark, you're starting. Okay, so there's your first attractive thing to come. Scottish fans will absolutely adore you. They'll love you. They'll take you to the hearts. There's the second thing. And the third thing is, I am brewing haggis. You don't get that playing for England, mate. Plus the fact.
Square sausage, mate.
Square sausage,
Ah.
mate. I mean, Harvey Barnes, if you've never tried square sausage, you probably might have actually from that neck of the woods. You're not far away. So it's something you should give serious thought to. And when you do, think about it. When you have a great Euros, you can come back and rub salt in Anthony Gordon's wounds who decided against it.
You wouldn't be embarrassed by playing a boy who was born in Burnley and brought up in Leicestershire in the Scotland side.
No, not at all. Absolutely. Coming from a man whose cricketing nation have played about 3 English players in the
Let's
last
not go there. Let's not go there.
Fun. Alan McCoist is funny as hell, man. Well, I mean, certainly, but he probably doesn't have the Scottish culture in him. But his granny is certainly from there. But nowadays, you see a lot of that. Look at the French team. You know, a lot of players that are not originally from France. Most are though.
The whole team
but,
isn't.
You know, I mean, different roots. I mean, you've seen it a lot. Actually, Brereton, I believe that's his surname. He's English and he plays for Chile. And you know, he definitely wasn't going to get a single shot at going to the English national team.
Well, if you look at football, different players.
Yeah, Brereton and Diaz.
But Harvey Barnes did actually talk about the Scotland thing in an interview a while back, and he actually turned around and said, "I've never even thought about playing for Scotland. It didn't even come into his mind. He's always been thinking to play for England. So if he does go to play for Scotland now, it's something he hadn't actually thought about before this season. So it could happen. Let's wait and see." But you've had players in the past.
I have no problem at all with Harvey Barnes playing for Scotland.
Yeah,
none.
Ryan Giggs could have played for England.
He could have
played for Wales.
If he could
Michael Owen could have played for Wales, played for England. You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of players that could have gone either way.
Yeah. But
Well,
those
wait a
are
minute, don't
those
tell me
those
we've got
those
Anderson can play for Scotland still.
those don't.
Yeah.
Even,
Well,
those
Anderson
players,
was picked.
but listen,
Yeah,
those
yeah.
players don't get criticized because their grannies, their moms are from there. The people that criticize these guys are that your great it was from somewhere, and all of a sudden they find a passport. Even though I don't necessarily now listen, Peru is they have an Italian guy that his mom is Peruvian, but he's never been to Italy. I mean, sorry, Peru or anything like that. So
Chris, but it happens all over the world. Jack
happens all over the
Charlton nearly got the quarterfinals. Nearly got the quarterfinals of the World Cup.
yeah.
Two Irishmen.
But my thing is, the point of the debate is, I want to know. I mean, you know what? Let's end this poll right now.
Well, you seem to think Harvey Barnes is better than what he is. I think. I
think Harvey Barnes.
Yeah.
But right now, Goatfather also agrees with me that Barnes is a better finisher than Gordon any time of the week, and I agree with that. I think he's a more clinical, more of a street footballer, more somebody that don't give them damn too much about the tactics. Give me the ball, man, because I need it. That's the and everybody else is so by the rule. But let's put it to the poll. Let's put it to the vote, man. You know this is the people's channel. So can Harvey Barnes make the English squad? I mean, listen, I'm not saying that he needs to.
Will he make the good English squad over Gordon though? That's the question.
But they're not even the same. They shouldn't be playing. They shouldn't essentially be competing against each other because they're not.
Because they're both left wingers.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because Saka's on the right wing, so Gordon's not going to play on the right wing for England.
It's not just Saka. You've
it.
got Foden. You've got what's the Chelsea lad called?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, there we go. So
He's
the poll,
on fire, him.
the poll is up, ladies and gentlemen. The poll
that's
is up.
on Palmer.
So there you go. Get the voting.
More better players.
Everybody get the vote, and the poll is up. Does he make it? Yes or no? DX is saying win once to keep Harrison Ashby for 10 more years. Yeah, I mean, well, I'm not saying that he will make the. See, you guys are. DX is saying he won't make this Euros. I'm just saying, does he deserve to get a call up? That's all. I'm not. I mean, I guess I contradicted myself because he hasn't played enough games. But I'm not. If I'm Southgate, and
no, you're saying he hasn't played enough games for Newcastle, but we're so playing plenty of games for Leicester.
Yeah. And even when he was with the Leicester for the last 4 years, he never got picked.
No.
Yeah, but that's Southgate.
Never got anywhere near.
Yeah, because he's got Grealish and Rashford on that left side. Who I think now Gordon's.
Well, that was then. I think
Rashford's
yesterday's news, but
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, man. I think that we got a good player right there. He should be starting over anybody in Newcastle United.
That's good.
There's no way that he should be a bench because you guys were agreeing with me when he said that screamer against West Ham. All of you were agreeing that he should be starting, and you guys were saying, yeah, but he's not going to put him. Eddie Howe's not going to put him.
Yeah, but we're talking about starting in front of Miguel Almiron, not starting in front of.
No, man,
Saka.
no, for the team over anybody. I don't know, but listen, Saka's a good player, but all right, but
Saka, he's probably one of the best.
We were saying Harvey Barnes should be playing on the left and Gordon should be playing on the right.
Yeah.
Minetti says not able to say Barnes is better than Gordon, but
for England, Gordon will play on the left.
Anyways, let me get to the comment. Alessandro Minetti saying not able to say Barnes is better than Gordon, but you're smoking crack if you don't think he's a must start in Newcastle lineup. I mean, I'm just saying, man. I think now what's the poll saying?
He is a must start.
57% saying that he's no way he should get called. 43% saying so. Listen, I'll take this win.
Once we buy,
I thought it was going to be a lot less than that.
Well,
yeah, but once we buy
what we need to be doing is buying a better player than Harvey Barnes, so that we've got Harvey Barnes on the bench,
and then buy somebody better than Gordon, because there's a lot of them better than Gordon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, now we need to buy a right winger who's better than everybody we've got on the right, and then Harvey Barnes and Gordon will fight for that left wing spot.
Correct.
That's the way to do it. And then when Eddie goes and does a sub, you don't bring on Miley or Longstaff or someone. No. So Gordon comes off, Barnes comes on. And you don't feel much of a difference in the quality. And that's when you go and win and compete.
Right.
That's why
Dom,
we're
you're
not there
sitting
yet.
very quiet. What's your views?
I don't know. I'm just having a good time listening to everyone saying, but I don't think we can. I mean, I love Barnes, but I don't think we can tell right now because he's been injured for too long, hasn't played enough games.
Yeah.
If he's played as many games as Gordon, then we'll see. I personally love Barnes. Someone made a comment about Barnes being a better finisher. I do agree. Barnes is he's ruthless, right? You give him you give him a ball just outside the penalty box. He's always finding an angle for a shot. And he's accurate. He's ruthless, and he's someone that we need to be able to score goals from outside the penalty box. But he hasn't been playing enough because if you remember, just before his last injury, before he came back recently, everyone was raving about him after after Villa, the very first game. Then he got injured, and when he came back, and everyone expected big stuff, but when he came on, he didn't really do much. I think was it during December or something, then he didn't really influence games and all that. So then, we're wondering what's he doing? Then he got injured again, so we didn't know. But all this while, every time Gordon is playing, Gordon is doing something. So for England right now, I think left back there's Palmer, which is untouchable. Saka, which I wouldn't say is untouchable, but it's probably a better choice over Barnes. I'm not a fan of Rashford, but Rashford is in front of Barnes as well. So yeah, I think Barnes is a great guy on the bench. Exactly what Roy mentioned. If Gordon gets off, Barnes goes in for him. That's fine, right? But I don't think that's what's going to happen for England right now. So
Let's start selling Harvey Barnes shirts in Scotland.
Yeah.
Hey,
No, but
I would definitely consider going to Scotland. It's going.
I think
I believe Gordon can go to Scotland too, right?
What's that, sorry?
Yeah.
Gordon can play for Scotland too.
Gordon's done now.
Gordon's already had a full English cap now.
No. It doesn't matter. You get three full caps. If you play 3 games, you're done. You can have more than you. You have less than 3.
Not if you're in the first team. As soon as you play for the first team, that's it. It's the under 21s or below.
No, man. Look it up. Look it up. God.
No,
man, I know this. I dealt with this with Peru, man. I've been trying to get this guy's son, Oliver's son.
He's not.
Play 3 games
Gordon was. Gordon's
but Son never played for Italy.
Yeah.
No. But this guy's from Norway. We got another one. No, Denmark. Yeah. So
Yeah, but he hasn't played for Denmark.
Yeah, but he hadn't played for Denmark's first team.
Well, listen. Okay, Lapadula. He is the Italian guy that I was telling you about. He actually played for Italy twice and scored. And he was able to come to Peru and play
in the full first team.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He actually scored. Yes, you can play 3 caps
and in a competitive match.
Did he play a competitive match or friendlies?
Huh?
Competitive match
or friendlies
or a friendly?
It was. I don't know. I can't remember. It was a competitive match, I think. But Lapadula,
it could have been one of those. You do 9 subs and stuff.
Man, look it up. Look it up. I'm telling you, you get 3 caps max. Now it's changed, but times are changing, Mighty Wayne. It's not the same times anymore, man.
Okay, but anyway, Gordon will not leave England now that he's one of the first names on that.
Yeah.
So he will never leave that and go. He's got number 11 on the shirt. It's not like one of those dodgy numbers like 35 or something.
Yeah. K Rams says, I've got a German Shepherd. Does that mean I can play for Germany? Well, today you'll be surprised how they twist the rules. All right, let's move on.
I can play for Germany. I was born there.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. You could. You
I can play for England. I could play for England, Germany, Iran, and Qatar.
Yeah.
Just because you're born in this stable doesn't mean you're a horse.
But guess which one I'll pick? Which one would I pick? Actually, none because I'm shit. No, none. I'm shit.
You have to play Iran, man, because you get the start over there.
I'll pick Iran. Yeah.
But I could play for 3 teams. But look, just see how things have changed. Peru,
Mexico, USA, and Peru.
No Mexico. Peru, the USA, and I could play for Spain because my father's whatever before him, they were from Barcelona, and my family actually using that. They some of them are living in Barcelona. They were able to get a passport, and so I could do that. I've never been to Barcelona in my life. You see, that's how they can twist these things nowadays. Now listen, let's go to the next one. Something that I saw today as well. Simon Jordan back in Eddie Howe to be given another season at Newcastle despite struggles. Let's listen to what the controversial pundit had to say on the morning show with Jim.
Eddie, does it get more of a free pass than the likes of Pochettino and Ten Hag, as I said in the introduction to the show this morning?
No, because
No?
no, not really, because ultimately Chelsea and Man United have been clubs that have achieved something in the last 20 years. Man United are arguably the poster boys for the Premier League, or were for a significant period, and are now being eclipsed by Man City. Chelsea were one of the factors that changed the face of English football with Roman Abramovich's money. They've won Premier Leagues and European Cups, Champions League Cup tournaments. Newcastle have done nothing, and are a club that's been bought at a time when governance is becoming more prevalent, so they can't flex their muscles the way that other clubs have been able to. So I think comparing the pressures on Ten Hag and an elite football club like Manchester United, comparing the pressures on Pochettino with £1 billion spend behind him in the recent seasons, and also the achievements of Chelsea, is not the same as comparing it to Newcastle with the expectation level of an awful owner that they want consigned to the history. That's their view, not mine. And ultimately a club that's building towards something. I don't think
The
Eddie Howe gets
expectation
past.
levels have changed at Newcastle United, Simon.
But that's what we
Is
say.
he scrutinised as much because he's an English manager?
But that's what we say.
And he's popular and he's likeable. Is he scrutinised in the way he should be?
But I argue with the characterisation. Where have expectation levels arisen? Have the expectation levels arisen amongst the fans? I know we've had Amanda Staveley come out and suggest that Newcastle are going to win this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Well, she says a lot of things,
Yeah.
and we'll see how that pans out.
Yeah.
But the point is that we saw sections of the media scrutinising Eddie Howe on the back of a significant drop of form after the Champions League run, and we will see what the ownership model does at the end of the season. I wouldn't be surprised, and I've maintained the view that Eddie Howe won't get you to the promised land. So actually, he is getting more scrutiny from people like me, because I'm saying he doesn't even get a passage of time to build towards that. Eventually, Eddie Howe's going to be replaced. That's a kind of unkind look at it, isn't it?
No.
Well, very cutthroat opinion right there. What do you guys think on what he said?
Mate, it's talking his usual bollocks about Newcastle, isn't he?
Yeah.
I don't give a toss what he says, to be honest. Not a toss.
Simon Jordan is pure clickbait. He's just out there for shock factor. He says exactly what people don't want to hear, and then he fights to them online just for the viewers, just for the listeners or viewers or whatever. Yeah, so it's pure clickbait, man.
Well, I mean, that's what they're paying for, to get clicks, to get views.
Yeah,
that's what we're here to do.
Absolutely.
That's what we're here to do.
And he's delivering, that's why they're paying him.
If we were here to for nobody to watch us, we wouldn't be doing this. We're here for views too. It's part of the game. I mean, what do you got to debate the opinion? What do you think on what he said about Eddie? Essentially, what he believes is that he's here for the transitional job and not the full-time thing, or that's what I'm talking about.
It's talking his usual bullshit. Whether he's here for the full time depends on results, like any manager.
Absolutely.
Depends on results. If he's getting results, he'll be there. Trust me.
Absolutely.
Never mind what Simon Jordan says
or anybody says. But the point is,
if he's not getting results, they'll get rid of him. Quite right.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. Yep.
What's happened is, remember all the stuff we were saying about 6-7 weeks ago? Is this his last game, or is it? And then since then, 4 games, 10 points, and it's all gone now. And what it was
the keyboard warriors have disappeared quick enough.
Absolutely,
yeah, it's all gone.
Just,
remember when the takeover happened? Just within a week, there was a clip on Talk Sport. And then 2 of the pundits were taking a piss because one of the callers called, and they said, "Oh, you want Eddie Howe from Bournemouth? Ha ha ha!" And they were laughing. And they said, "Yeah, that's the guy I want." And that was before we hired him.
Yeah.
And then Simon Jones straight away said, after we hired him, he said, 2 years ago, he said, he's going to be if they stay up, he'll be the Mark Hughes character. that City had when
Yeah.
when they
And
first.
he might well be. He might well
Yeah.
be.
Nobody knows.
Nobody
But
knows.
I've seen it. Yeah,
If
did you see it at
he
Real Madrid?
continues to get results, and I honestly believe that with the squad we've got right now, without adding anybody, the squad we've got right now is capable, with given just normal injuries and not the devastation we've had this season, is perfectly capable of Champions League. Now, if he does that for a couple of seasons, like Arteta's done, and still can't get across the line, then you say, right, time to hook him and get somebody who can take with that next step.
Well, when you talk about the squad and Eddie, it's not the same thing. It's two different subjects. The squad, to me, it's not ready for Champions League. Dom said it earlier in the show, and we've seen it happen this season. We weren't ready, and that's why I blamed part of this season on the directors that didn't. Despite what Eddie might say, that we got, he might have said, listen, now we got everybody that we need. No, we weren't ready. We were not ready.
But if we'd had, just for example, just take Tonali and Barnes alone, if we'd had them for the full season, we would have done. We would have got out the group for starters.
Yep,
without a doubt. We were totally knackered by the time we played.
We played Dortmund. Do you remember? We played Dortmund away without Isaac and Wilson. We had no striker.
No,
that game. And we had headless chicken Miggy with long stuff behind.
I mean, I'm just not having it. I'm not having it.
Against Dortmund, we had three keepers on the bench or something, right?
On the bench, and there's loads of kids. So
I said we just didn't have anyone. We didn't make a sub in that game, did we?
If we had the team we're playing with now,
10 games in 30 days with 14 players, 3 of whom were veterans or youngsters.
Yep.
You know, anybody who can't say that to me, they didn't have football. I've said it before. I've already done me rant on that.
Yeah, I've changed my mind now about how, after watching those last 4, because the injured 11 are better than the 11 we're using now.
Correct.
But again, we are confusing the argument, though. Nobody is here really criticizing Eddie. I'm saying, my personal opinion is that we don't have the squad.
The reason we've got into this discussion is because you brought Simon Jordan in and what he said.
Yeah, but did Simon Jones not see that we were robbed in the 94th minute against PSG?
Yeah.
And then we played Dortmund without a striker and 7 players missing, or 8 players missing, and they're both in the semi-final playing each other now.
Yeah.
So we should have been, instead of one of them there, with half a squad.
No, PSG should definitely not. PSG should definitely not been there. This is
City who lost as well.
Pure corruption.
Yeah. You know if Arsenal beat Bayern today and City beat Real Madrid, so you had those 3 teams in the semi-final. We beat them this season. So we beat PSG, we beat City and Arsenal. We've already beaten 3 of the semi-final. Well, it didn't happen now.
Yeah.
But we still beat PSG 4. And Arsenal, we beat them in October with half of the injured ones, and then we started declining. We still beat City in the cup.
Yeah.
And PSG was a thrashing they'll never forget. No one's thrashed them like this since Barca 4 or 5 years ago. It's not bad. We had the worst group.
Keep Simon Jordan out of the equation. He's fucking toxic.
He hates Amanda. He hates the Saudi. Yeah, he hates the Saudi ownership model. Okay, he's still trying to mix politics.
He cannot bear that he was proven so wrong with Amanda. He says the deal with the Saudis. Amanda Staveley's trying to do this deal with the Saudis. It's as dead as a dead duck in dead land. His famous quote on talk radio. Well, that's how dead it is. It got done. And he hates the fact that Amanda Staveley is a better businesswoman than he ever was.
Yeah, because look what he did to Palace.
Aye, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
He admits it.
He was the one who was telling us all the time that Bruce was here, that the Geordie fans were stupid for not realising what a great job Bruce was doing. Bloody fucking blah.
Mike Ashley.
Don't get me started on Simon Jordan. In fact, I can't even be bothered to discuss the bastard, man. He's just fucking toxic.
Anyway,
As
He
far as
ruined-
Newcastle's concerned, funnily enough, when he talks on various other subjects, he's not bad. But as soon as Newcastle and the Geordies enter the equation, he's poisoned.
I can't be bothered with all this YouTube politics, to be honest.
yeah. Well, you are bothered now.
Yeah, he is very bothered, man. Well, damn, I didn't know he was going to trigger you like this. I thought he took your women off or something. But I mean, I guess it's fine. I mean, on some things I agree, on some things I don't agree with him, obviously. But the thing is, Simon Jordan or not, I still don't think that we have a squad to compete for Champions League and compete on 4 titles at once. At some point in time, you got to compete for the Premier League.
No.
You got to compete for the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and Champions League all at
You
once.
mean,
We don't have a squad for
Simon
that.
Jordan, this is the
Yeah,
first international show we've had since we beat Tottenham 4-0. How did your party go?
yeah. No, but
Man, that's
when you
that's-
say
that's
compete,
been 5 days
when you
already.
say
I mean, we got to
compete,
move on.
yeah, but when you say compete, the Champions League, you mean we're in the Champions League to win it, or we're in the Champions
compete.
League?
Listen, we competed
go
this
second
season.
round.
I will tell you, the thing is,
We did compete.
We very yes, we did. My point is that
Once you get
we
out the
got
group,
we
it's
got
a lottery.
absolutely
Everybody's got a
the
chance.
fact that
Once
we
you get
didn't
out the
have a
group.
full squad with this style of football, it's not good. It's not good because players get hurt and you cannot keep up with the games.
Oh, this again.
Yeah, but some of the injuries were like
And listen, listen. If that's the way Eddie wants to play, that's perfectly fine. I love it. If he likes it, I love it. My thing is something's got to give. We either provide him with the players.
Yeah, we've got to get a better squad. So that more.
So you
players
agree
are
that?
doing it,
So
they're
you
not all
agree that we
getting
don't have the?
knackered.
So you agree that we don't have the squad?
no, but
No, we
yeah,
have
but what
got the
happened?
squad.
Then why
but
would you want to get into?
FFP's causing that. That's the
Yeah.
problem. Money.
With
we've
the-
got the
with the-
we've got the money. We just can't spend it.
We were unlucky with the injuries as well because there's not all medical team.
Hey Gary,
But,
I did reply to your
Pope.
email, man. You look it up. I did reply to you. Look it up, mate. I'll send another
Yeah.
one though.
Pope,
go on.
Murphy, Barnes, Botman. Those injuries were freak injuries.
Burn
First time it
as well.
happened.
Don't forget
And
Burn
Dan
shoulder
Burn when he
as well.
hurt his
Burn and
back.
Anderson, the
Anderson,
back injuries.
back
Unheard
injury. That's
of.
got nothing to do with the medical team.
Barnes
They got
is
injured and it
foot
off.
injury.
Barnes
He's-
kicked the
he's
ball and
toe
turned in a
injury.
funny way and he got his toe.
Some
Pope-
mysterious toe injury.
Yep. Pope was the same as Murphy with his shoulder, so that's not. It wasn't a muscle
And
injury. it was
if we had a
shoulder
squad,
ligament.
for example, we're buying a decent right winger, so we've got the ability to play Barnes on Gordon on the right and Barnes on the left, and rest the right winger we'll buy, and then we'll bring him in. And if Barnes gets a rest, Gordon goes to the right, then Gordon can have a rest. Barnes comes in for Gordon.
Yeah.
Then they're not burning themselves out the way we had to last season. Well,
I think
if
they've-
I
I
had
think we should have
Tonali,
had-
we wouldn't. If I had Tonali, we wouldn't have to be playing Longstaff every game.
Oh, remember the last one, PSG?
If we had
it was
Anderson,
Miley
we
and
wouldn't have to
Longstaff.
be playing him every game. We could have Lewis Miley coming in a bit more than what he did come in. What a find he's been.
All right.
So
It's all about the squad.
That's it.
Yeah, that's what I've
we
been
will
saying.
we'll be. I think we'll 100%. We'll be much stronger next season. Much stronger.
And why is that?
Because we've got players coming back. We're going to buy more. We're going to get rid of some of the deadwood, and this injury list is injury list or
It's freak.
record. It's not
It's
going to
a
happen
freak,
again.
freak
Yeah, it's a
season.
freaky
for
season.
injuries.
So you're not going to get out of the blue Barnes, Pope, Murphy, 2 back injuries. It's not going to happen again.
When 442 did the injury breakdown, there's been nothing like it in Premier League history. The number of games lost with injured players. And okay, in our case, with suspended players, with Denali as well.
And we're still surviving.
And
I mean,
we're doing
I mean,
more than
yeah.
surviving, man.
Yeah.
We're competing.
I've got small issues with Eddie Howe is sometimes Do the obvious
Gary,
thing and don't play Burn on the left or something.
Gary has an interesting question. He says, serious question. And do you think that the anti-Newcastle stance from the media, FA/FA, etc., is down to the fact that they are scared of the might of PIF?
They're not
I
scared
think
of the might. It's who
I
they are.
I think it's also the shall we say state-owned connection.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just because it's PIF. It's because it's Saudi Arabia, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
I do agree. I do agree with. I'm gonna go farther than that. I think it's because I don't know if that's what you're meaning, because you're saying because it's Saudi Arabia, but what I'm going to say, I'm going to be more direct. It's because it's Middle Eastern money. That's why.
It's because
you understand what I'm saying?
Nations. It's nations that are buying.
I think if it was the United States of America buying a football club, nobody would say a damn thing. All right.
If I tell you what,
but it wouldn't be the United States. It might be a United States citizen, the same as Abramovich.
Well, obviously, you got to use a little more of imagination. I understand my analogy. If it was the United States, President Trump saying we are going to invest in a football team because we want to whatever. We're going to buy the United States.
Yes, I think they would have a problem with that.
No, I don't think so. I
Well,
don't
I
think
think
so.
they would.
Well, I think a big part of it is that it's Middle Eastern money, and they don't look how it looks. They don't like how it looks, and all that stuff. I think that's the truth, honesty of why people have a problem. As if the Gronkies,
human rights. That's what they're thinking of. About human rights.
but that's listen.
No. But there was no human rights when they were all getting linked with Man U. And if you go check, they've got this reporter who supports Man U, and his name is Miguel Delaney, which is a proper twat. And he was like, yes, come on, buy Man U. And suddenly it all went quiet. And 2 years later, boom,
they won it.
Newcastle.
They're right suddenly, now. They're talking about Tottenham getting bought, and nobody says anything about that. You know,
they would say nothing.
Tottenham are going to get bought by a state. They're going to get bought by an American businessman.
No, I don't know who's going to buy them. They were just getting linked with the guy that was going to buy from Qatar, I believe his name, was trying to buy Man U. That
was government. He only wanted Man U.
Well, I don't know. I don't know him personally, but I'm saying that's what they were rumored by. So that's what I'm saying. Nobody talked to anything, and Levy's not going to sell that club anyway. When he's the originator of the dictatorship in the club, so I don't know what they're complaining about. The Gronkies, are you kidding me? They don't give a damn about football, man. They give a damn about money. They act as if Saudi Arabian money is dirty, and everybody, all the other owners, they're pristine. No, they only care about their money. They're all millionaires in their own respect. Yes, Saudi Arabia has a lot more money, but they're all millionaires, billionaires that could care less most about football. You think Todd Bowley is losing his sleep over Chelsea being 10th? No, it doesn't matter.
Well, because they're not 10th.
Yeah, but you know what the difference is?
It's a show that Mighty Wayne's got to correct me on every fucking thing.
It's starting to turn around for Chelsea. Chelsea to be second this year.
Well, we'll see how that ends up.
But there's one thing about our.
You get a tattoo of me on your ass.
Many people know
if they don't finish second.
They're not going to finish second.
Oh,
but they will. They will. That investment.
A tattoo with you on me belly.
Long run. Chelsea's investment looks like it's going to work on the long run because those players are starting to come good now.
Yeah. I mean, listen,
I'm worried they might even finish above us this season. On 3 points behind.
Oh no, hey, go back to the mighty win, man. Their running is far too difficult for that.
I thought Palmer in that game though was against Chelsea. I thought he was a bit greedy. He's already scored a hat trick, and he could have given the penalty to someone else to shoot. And
bollocks.
Why? You know, and at the end of the day, he's already scored a hat trick. Give it to someone else.
He's a dedicated penalty taker. You take the penalty. Remember at Newcastle when Kelly was on the hat trick. Gavin Peacock was the promotion.
But Palmer had already scored his hat trick.
Gavin Peacock was a designated penalty taker. Yeah. They were both vying for top scorer, 19 and 20 apiece. Yeah. And they were fighting like cat and dog for that ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kelly got it and got his hat trick. 3-0 Peterborough.
Yeah, if you're getting a hat trick, it's different. Palmer had already had his hat trick.
Yeah,
You're
but
gonna give
so
the ball
what?
to,
He wants, but he's challenging Haaland
Yeah, he's going
for
for
the
the top.
golden boot.
Yeah, because still 6 games to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's a guaranteed goal,
So,
kind
so
of.
is Haaland.
Yeah.
Nah, bollocks. Nah. Designate the penalty taker takes a penalty. Simple as.
Jackson still scored anyway afterwards, so
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, we had an interesting, nice debate. I love it. Gary says, Chris, were you aware that the Bin Laden family are responsible for 7% of the American economy? Arab money is everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, they're. I was criticizing the people that
everything.
I was criticizing the people that criticize Arab money, not the other way. So I don't know what, or maybe you were just letting me know, and that's fine. Fuck Bin Laden, by the way. I'm just saying. You're talking to an American soldier, man. But I don't give a damn if he was a evil bastard. So I don't give a fuck. But don't get me started on Bin Laden, please.
It's a huge family. It's got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, nothing to do with him. It's
well, I'm talking about. Well, I'm talking about him.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
that's it. Right,
He's
I've
in a
got to
battle
the
somewhere.
bottom. I've got to the bottom of the international football thing.
I know, Gary.
The international, you are allowed to play friendlies, non-FIFA, UEFA recognised competitions. As soon as you've played for the first team in a recognised FIFA and UEFA competition, you cannot play for another senior international team.
That's exactly what I thought.
Well,
That's
I
what
know
I said,
that,
Chris. That's what I said.
I'll admit when I'm wrong. I'll admit when I'm wrong. I was wrong, but I know that Lapadula played 2 games for Italy. He scored even, and then he played for Peru. But maybe those were friendly games. So there we go. Now I hope Vilca. I hope my man Vilca makes it to the English national squad because he's not gonna make it to Peru. I tell you that. Anyways, listen, we've had a great show. I appreciate everybody's support. I appreciate the fact
we've had Dom in for an hour. He's nearly said nothing.
Oh, Dom, my man, Dom, you know the food is on the table, bro. You gotta cut in, you gotta grab a leg, you gotta grab a, you just gotta get your food.
You're at the buffet, bunny lad.
No, I'm good. I've got a bad throat, right? So speaking loudly is a bit challenging, but yeah, but I'm having fun listening to you guys fighting over it.
No, I love it. Listen. One thing is I'm thankful to everybody that Goatfather said, "Where's Dom? Dom is right there, and he's from Malaysia, and maybe that's what you were saying. Where's he from?
Give Dom that's Dom saying give Dom a 3-minute rant. what would your rant be, Dom?
I've got no rants this week because I'm still buzzing over the Tottenham game. I'm really happy about that. I've just been taking the piss from the black and white banter videos and all that. So I've got no rants this week, right? So I'm just taking the piss.
I love it, man. I love it.
Have you seen the Shearer video?
Oh yeah, about the what was it? The
fucking shithole.
Yeah, Rocker Park.
Yeah. Gary says, please don't end. I'm not tired yet. Look, people want to still have a show. David says, very good show.
11 more minutes.
We all got opinion. Can't agree with everyone. Now listen, I think it's amazing that we can just sit here and shout if we need to or get loud, whatever it is. But it's just debate and football debate. Nothing other than that. Nothing personal. I love these guys, and I love the guys in the chat. Always taking care. Always doing their thing, the mods and everything. So appreciate your support as usual, and everybody out there watching, liking, subscribing. So it's an amazing times to be a Newcastle fan. At least, listen. At least we get to debate on this. Yeah. Can you imagine? Before it was just sorrowful times, man. We would never even think of. We couldn't even get mad. We couldn't even think of the thought. Think of the thought of qualifying for European football. Imagine, which we did make it.
I'd never even heard of YouTube when Bruce was manager. There you go.
There you go. And I heard of YouTube, not YouTube. But yeah, there you go, old man. Like the red shirt says Kim. By the way, the merch is coming. It's in the lab right now. You're gonna get to see Hoof the Twat. You're gonna get to see Mighty Wynn's sleepy face and the mad face with the tab. You got Roy sipping on this drink. You got listen, it's gonna be amazing. So stay tuned for that. And there's another way of supporting. You can become a member. Please become a member and help us out, and support the channel. Tomorrow, more than likely, what did we say? DX says, Chris, do you have a Peru? Oh, of course I have a Peru shirt, man. It's somewhere around here. Yeah, I should put it on. But listen, tomorrow we will have a show. What did we say we were gonna have? Everybody voted in something about our best and worst 11. Yeah. So tomorrow, best and worst 11 ever. All right. Stay tuned for that one. Tomorrow's gonna be amazing. I'm sure the Mighty Win is gonna pick Dan Byrne.
No, Hugo Vienna, best player ever.
There you go. So stay tuned for that one. Tomorrow at 10 p.m. And by the way, I got a second channel. It's linked it's pinned in the chat, where we're gonna probably be doing watch-alongs for other teams, etc. Obviously, this channel is just Newcastle, so subscribe to that one. And Alexander says, "Sign me out for that Hoof the Twat shirt. I will wear it with pride." There we go. Hoof the Twat. And if you have any doubts of what we're talking about, I don't have that video on me. I don't have the video on this one. Now. But anyways, let me see. Steve, where can we find you, mate?
You can find me on my social media is Rock the Toon, but also the Facebook page of the NUFC Wales and the Welsh Mags. And can I just say one more thing about the Newcastle?
Yeah.
I know that not many people are into the women's team.
Correct.
Fantastically, on Sunday, they won the championship with a 10-0 win.
Yeah.
With 2 games to go. So
that's a win.
Smashing.
Hopefully 2 seasons in a row, won the championship. One more season. One more season
before they get to the Super League.
Yeah,
hopefully
one of the big ones.
Women.
Yeah, hopefully they make it.
If next season we'll need 6 or 7 top another level girls, because
I'm a Danish, so I've got 50 minutes.
All right, folks. Anyway, on that note, we'll see you tomorrow, 10 p.m.